When have you embarrassed your child? I noticed my daughter eating lunch alone every day. When I asked about her friends, she'd just shrug and say they were busy. Then I overheard her fake calling someone, just so she wouldn't look alone walking to class. That really got to me. I started paying closer attention. She'd get ready for school with less enthusiasm each morning. When her phone buzzed, she'd check it, hopefully, then put it away, looking disappointed. The girl who used to chat nonstop about her day suddenly had nothing to share. Turns out, her friend group had slowly started excluding her after she didn't get invited to some girl's birthday party. You know how teenage girls can be. They freeze you out without actually saying anything mean. No big dramatic fight, just gradual isolation that somehow feels worse. My daughter begged me not to do anything, said it would just make her look like a baby whose mom had to fight her battles. She'd rather be alone than be the girl whose parent had to intervene. I work as a manager at Target, nothing fancy, but I've dealt with plenty of difficult people, and I'm pretty good at reading social situations. I know how to navigate workplace politics without making enemies. I decided to volunteer for the school's upcoming carnival committee. My daughter was horrified when I signed up. She kept asking why I suddenly cared about school events when I'd never volunteered before. The carnival planning meetings were held after school, and guess who else had moms on the committee? Yep, the girls who were excluding my daughter. These women were the type who knew everyone's business and somehow always ended up running everything. I didn't make a big scene or anything. I just started casually mentioning how my daughter was available to help with different carnival activities whenever their daughters needed extra hands. My daughter's great with the ring toss if your daughter needs help setting up. She knows how to work the cotton candy machine if anyone wants to learn before the event. She's done face painting before at summer camp if you need extra volunteers. I basically made it socially awkward for them not to include her. Every conversation somehow circled back to how helpful and available my daughter was. During one meeting, I brought homemade chocolate chip cookies that my daughter had actually helped me make. I made sure to mention how she had the idea for adding sea salt on top and how she'd been perfecting the recipe for weeks. The other moms kept commenting on how good they were. Your daughter has such a talent for baking. She should teach my daughter this recipe. Pretty soon they were asking why their daughters never hung out with that sweet girl who makes amazing cookies. I started volunteering for everything. Ticket booth setup, decorations committee, cleanup crew. The more involved I became, the more opportunities I had to casually bring up my daughter's availability and skill. At the actual carnival, I accidentally scheduled my daughter to work the same shifts as her old friend, put them all on the photo booth together, assigned them to run the ring toss as a team, made sure they had to coordinate on restocking prizes. My daughter was mortified seeing me boss everyone around in my highlighter yellow volunteer shirt, clipboard in hand, directing foot traffic and solving problems. She kept shooting me looks that said, "Please stop being so visible." But it worked. By the end of the night, the girls were laughing together again and making plans to hang out the following weekend. They'd remembered why they used to be friends in the first place. My daughter still brings it up whenever I'm being embarrassing. She'll say things like, "Remember when you basically took over the entire school carnival just to get me friends?" But last week, I overheard her telling her friend how her mom fixed everything without making it weird. She was actually proud of how I'd handled it. Now I'm the go-to parent for organizing school events. I basically became the mom everyone calls when they need something handled. PTA meetings, fundraisers, field trip coordination. Somehow I'm always volunteering. My daughter pretends to be annoyed, but I caught her bragging to her boyfriend about how I run the whole school now. She tells people her mom is kind of a big deal in the parent community. Turns out strategic volunteering works way better than just talking to people directly. Sometimes you have to work the system instead of trying to change it. Now, when other parents ask me for advice about their kids' social issues, I tell them the same thing. Get involved, but be smart about it.